Well, hello there. So for today's video, I literally have just been going on one single thought, and that's soft winter makeup. I kind of had this idea start rolling around in my head last week when it snowed. The snow's gone. It disappeared very quickly, which was sad. But I'm gonna do it anyway. The colors I'm going to be focusing on today are like lavender and lilac. Now see, I don't think things through, and I looked through all of my palettes and I couldn't really find any lavender or lilac eyeshadows because I'm ill-prepared. But I'm going to improvise. I found a palette. I found this guy. There's a couple shades in here that'll work. There's this one down here that's kind of like a dusty purple mauve color. And I got this purple up here that I can kind of play around with. So that's like the theme for today. First and foremost, I've covered my face in this sunscreen. I did that about 20 minutes ago because I wanted to give it a chance to sink in. I don't like the feeling of too many layers on my face at once. This is the UV Mild Cica Mineral Sunblock by Love P. I got this from the Joabox website back when they still did those. And it's a really nice, light, sort of watery lotion type formula. It doesn't feel heavy on your skin at all. And I like that it's a mineral sunscreen. I do prefer those, typically, so I've already done that. I'm going to start by color correcting, just a little bit under my eyes, because when I look down, you know, so I'm going to take a touch of this and just put that under mine eyes. I'm going to take a little bit of the green and just put it on my cheeks right here, because that's where my cheeks get the most red, just right there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of... I'm going to help that out with a sponge. Just help that blend a bit. It looks a little weird right now. It won't look weird later, after I put makeup on top. So we're done with that, before we get too crazy. Next, I'm going to do a little bit of concealer under my eyes as well. And maybe right here, because I do have, like, the skin around my mouth is a little bit darker and more yellow toned than everything else. So I'm going to be mixing these two. This is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in pretty much white. This is too light for me, and I'm going to be mixing it with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, which is kind of the perfect shade for me, but I didn't want something too hydrating, so I'm going to be mixing them just on the back of my hand. And a teacher of this. See the color difference? This is actually like a really good color for underneath the eyes and stuff. It's slightly pink toned, so it will brighten that area. My eyes were a little puffy before this, so I used a little bit of I used some of those like under eye patches just for the cooling effect and the hydration. I wanted to depuff a little bit before this, and I think like the serum or essence stuff that those eye patches were soaked in isn't playing super well with the makeup. That's great. Oh well, that's what we can do about it now. I'm mostly just trying to neutralize some of that sort of yellow tone I have around my mouth. Next is foundation, and I want to try something. I was on NYX's website. Apparently they have hue shifters that go with their new Total Control Pro drop foundations. I wanted to try them. It's very interesting. It's like, I don't know if you can, like, you can, hello? There we go. It's kind of like, it's milky, you can see through it. It's not, like, it's not opaque. They had other ones that were in a squeezy tube that were like foundation shade fixer hue shifter things. Now apparently they have it in a little dropper. I just don't understand how something that's see-through is going to, like, yeah, see, you see that? The pigment is down here and this is like the liquid. I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm just gonna have to shake the crap out of it, I guess. There's a big angry black cloud up there. So these are hue shifter transformer drops. And it's like literally just straight up dimethicone and pigment, I think. On the side of the box it says, lighten your foundation shade. Featuring a dropper for customizable application, you can use these lightweight, blendable drops to lighten your foundation. Mix with Total Control Pro Drop Foundation and add drops until desired tone is reached. So, I'm assuming that you can use this with other foundations as well, not just the Pro Drop foundation. But I kind of wanted to test that out today. This is not going to be a full review. I'm not going to wear it for a full day. I can do that with the foundation though. I can do a half and half. That should be enough. Like, I've shaken this a lot, is the proper English. It's not. So I'm going to be mixing it with my Holika Hardcover Glow foundation. This is the lightest shade that it comes in, number 1, Warm Ivory. It is still, I'm going to give this a quick shake too. You're seeing a lot of chin wobbles today, is what's happening. But anyway, this one is obviously a titch bit dark, so I'm going to, so I'm going to try. Oh, this is gonna end so bad, because these are like water. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so scary. Okay. 1, 2, I'm gonna do 3. That was just, what? There's like, okay, so I'm gonna do control over here. This is just a regular foundation. So I'm just gonna swatch that over there. And now I'm gonna, you can't even see it. I'm gonna mix. That literally did nothing. Okay, I'm going to shake it some more. And let's try this again. 1, 2, 3. 3 drops. It made the foundation a lot waterier. A lot more watery. I'm gonna swatch that down here. Sorry, you can't really see what I'm doing, but you're gonna have to trust me. Okay, so there's the foundation just on its own with nothing added to it. And there it is with 6 drops of that stuff in it. So it literally did nothing. I don't know if I got a dud bottle or what, but that's upsetting. How is that supposed to change the hue of anything if, you know, I do not understand. Because those Total Control drop things are so ridiculously pigmented. If this isn't changing the hue of this foundation, there's no way it's going to change the shade of the other one. Yeah. No. That did nothing but make a mess. That's upsetting. And now I need to reapply that green stuff. So these, unless I'm either using it wrong or I got a dud bottle, I'm gonna say this doesn't work. I don't, the one that came in the squeezy bottle, I still have it. And I use it, and it actually works because it actually changes the color of things. Like, it will make a shade lighter. These do not do that. And that teeny tiny little bottle was like 20 bucks. That's 20 bucks I'm not getting back. So, I'm upset. I'm just going to put a little bit of color corrector back on my face, find another foundation, and I'll be right back. I've changed my mind. I got the same foundation here, and I've got the PongDang gel base in mint green from the Saem. So I got a little bit of that green stuff over here. I'm going to put about 3/4 of a pump of this over here. So I'm going to take about that much of this and mix it in to this, just to give you an idea of what a hue shifter is actually supposed to do. That is what it's supposed to do. Now I can actually put makeup on my face. Yay! That was a struggle and a half, man. I think that's all I'm going to put on because I don't want to overdo it. I just want to make sure it's nice and pressed in. The pores on each side of my nose always give me issues because they're large and in charge. So if I really want to cover them up, it takes a bit of extra work. Alright, I'm going to powder a titch bit under my eyes. Just pat out any creases. I'm going to use the Innisfree No Sebum Mineral Pact. And just very lightly set. Set the sides of my nose as well. And now I'm going to take a bigger, fluffier brush and wipe that away. Anything that may be extra. I'm going to take that same powder on that big fluffy brush, and I'm going to just gonna dust it right here because I'm going to contour just with the latest touch. The foundation is a little glowy, so I don't want the contour I'm going to be putting over top to be like catching on the moisture of the foundation and getting like patchy. And the contour I'm going to be using is this guy. This is the Peripera V shading contour thing in the shade Hazel Gray. Number 3, Hazel Gray. It looks like this. Bloop. I haven't used this yet, obviously. It was still in its box, so I thought this was like a really nice, cool toned contour type situation. So I'm just gonna get all up in there with this. The same brush that I used to powder, because I'm lazy and don't want to get a different one. Has no smell. And now I'm just gonna give her. What this does is it gives the illusion that your face is thinner, and as we all know, my face is not a thin one. So I just want to help myself out as much as possible by contouring right here. Basically giving myself a 5 o'clock shadow is what I'm doing. But this works to push this area back in space and help your face look smaller. Thinner, I guess. I mean, I don't mind having a round face. I just don't like the jowls. I'm not a fan of those. I actually think, you know, a heart-shaped face, I don't know what that is. I think, like, round faces and heart-shaped faces are actually really cute. Yeah. Let's do a little under here as well. Now I'm going to take this middle shade on a kind of like eyeshadow brush and do right under here and right up here. I've seen people do this and it makes your lips look plumpier. Apparently, I'm also going to contour my nose just right at the tip here because my nose is pretty thin up here, but it flares out a bit, and I just want to bring that in right here a little. We'll see how crooked it is. Alright, I'm gonna blast through the eyebrows. I'm just gonna be using my Etude House drawing eyebrow. Everything will be listed down in the description if anyone's curious. If I forget to say the shade of something, or, you know, it'll be down there. Okay, now I'm gonna use the Essence Make Me Brow eyebrow gel mascara in #1 Blondie Brows. This stuff is alright. It like doesn't really tin your eyebrows that much. I just mostly want to shape them. Cool. Now, finally, the eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna prime with my Etude House Proof Tin eyeliner, eye primer. Just gonna give that a second to kind of get tacky. I think I'm gonna use this one first. Then I'm gonna go into this sort of dusty lilac mauve color, and then maybe, just for a little bit of definition, mix this with this. I might, depending on how dark it is. For right now, I'm going to be putting this all over the lid, and then putting this also all over the lid. You'll see. I'm using the Fluorasis brush because it works. It's a good brush. So I got that shade that's like, it's literally my skin color, just to lay down a base all over the lid because I want to keep things very soft. I don't want things too pigmented. I want soft washes of color. I don't want harsh lines anywhere. I don't want to see no harsh lines. No ma'am. Okay, now I'm going to use the same fluffy end of the brush. And now I'm going to go in with this guy right here. That sort of dusty purple mauve color. I don't know what to call that, but it's pretty, it's nice. And I'm just going to put that all over the lid and kind of fade it out here, but keep it like fairly low. I'm gonna, like, you see where my eyelid folds here? I'm gonna put the majority of the color there and then just like sweep it up and out a little bit here. Yeah. So dip dip, tap tap. Like that. That color is actually really pretty. I'm gonna take the smaller side of the brush and just run that along the lower lash line as well. Kind of like that. You can tell there's a little bit of something there compared to this eye, but it's very soft. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one and I'll be right back. Okay, there's how she's looking. Just wondering if I should even bother with that darker purple. Maybe just along the lash line. I have a little bit of that darker purple mixed with the, that sort of dusty mauve color. And I'm just gonna put the tiniest bit in the outer corner here. So we're gonna use it as a liner. I was gonna do like a gel liner, but I think I'll just tight line. I'm gonna run a tiny bit under the lash line as well, along the bottom lash line. So what I'm doing basically is just dipping my brush into this like that, and then like rubbing it off on the back of my hand. Sort of just like tapping it off like this. This time it's a helicopter. So I'm just gonna smudge the tiniest bit. There, you can see that. Just the tiniest bit of purple. The outer corner of each of my eyeballs. Like that. Now I don't know what I want to use for like a shimmer kind of thing right here. I don't even know if I want to use one from here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is use this highlighter, also from the Saem, actually. It's a very white highlight right there. It's a very white highlight. It actually complements my skin tone very well, especially for a more muted look, such as this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that right there, maybe. Just tapping, like the tiniest bit. I want there to be dimension, like a little bit of glow, but I don't want actual sparkle. Like that. As opposed to just matte. I mean, the matte look is really nice too. I'm actually kind of wondering if I should have left it. Oh well. This is fine too. So I'm not going all the way in to my inner corner. I'm just leaving it right here. Like, you can barely tell I did anything. But compared to before, you can tell there's a little something. So I'm gonna take this brush that is like perfect for highlighting for me. Gonna wipe off the highlighter that was on here from last time, which was actually that gold shade for the gold video. Wow, this is a big contrast. This compared to my last video where I did that gold eyeshadow. So I'm not gonna put this everywhere. I'm literally just gonna put this on my nose and in the inner corner. Just gonna pick up a little bit of that highlighter, tap off pretty much all of it, and just put it right here, right here. If I use the brush, it's gonna create more of a soft, diffuse look as opposed to an actual shine, which is not what I want. I want soft. Literally just that. I'm not gonna put it anywhere else. I'm going to save that though for inner corner highlight. But first I'm gonna tight line up there, which I'm gonna have to do off camera because I can't hold a mirror to see what I'm doing and hold my lid up at the same time. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of the Tony Moly brown gel liner. I'm gonna use the brush it comes with. I'll load it up. Put the lid back on so it doesn't dry out. Kind of like press it into the brush on the back of my hand. And I'll be back. You can't even tell I did anything. I was so bad at tightlining my waterline up there. That's definitely something I need to work on. Okay, so I'm gonna curl my lashes and apply a coat of the Majorca Lash King mascara. Wow. Not my greatest mascara work ever, but oh well. Alright. I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm just gonna put it in not the inner corner, like right down here in the aiguisal area, which I really should have done before mascara, but whatever. There we go. Boom. It did kind of migrate into my inner corner a little bit, like right there, but I've left this void right in here. Void of sparkle. Because I want to look cute, not glam. Oh, I did also color that back in off camera because I like my little beauty marks and it makes me sad when makeup covers them up. And now for the lips. For the lips, I'm going to be using the Juicy Lasting Tint by aaaand in the color number 6, Figfig. This is a really nice MLBB color. So I'm going to diffuse this layer out like the tiniest bit past my natural lip line. I'm trying to create a more plump look. Now I'm gonna go in with another layer. Whoa. And sort of gradiate it. So I'm going to add the tiniest bit of gloss just right up here because I want my lips to look plump. They never look plump enough. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on my finger. This is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise sparkly gloss. So I'm just gonna put the tiniest bit of that right up here. Ha! And there we have it. There's the finished look. A soft lavender lilac look. I just wanted something soft and sort of light and muted because I thought it would be pretty. So there we have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel and giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. I really hate this shadow. I wish I could get a light and stick it right there. But that would require finding a light to stick right there. Well, I hope everyone's okay. Oh. C'est la vie. Really? With the chainsaw? Really? Now? You want to use the chainsaw now? Alright. Can I speak? No, not for the life of me. A quick scrub to get the majority of that off there. The Juicy Lasting, using the